Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another installment of Pit Pass Network interviews. Today we got Ariana Jencik, girlfriend of Parker Retzloff, driver of the number 31 Chevy for Jordan Anderson Racing in the Xfinity Series. So thanks so much for joining us, Ariana.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is awesome. So Ariana is a race car driver herself, and she has experience in limited late model racing and pro truck racing. Is there any other racing series I'm missing?
No, that's what I mainly do right now. I started out in quarter midgets and I did that for 5 years. And then I went to bandoleros and I did that for around 3 years. And then I made the jump to pro trucks and then I also raced limited late models with that as well.
Yeah, it's very awesome. And how many, so what age did you start and how many total years have you been racing for now?
So I started when I was 8 and I am turning 19 in June. So more than half my life I've been doing it for.
That's very awesome. And so I guess what was the motivating factor of getting you into racing?
Well, one day my dad took us to the fair. I'm actually one of three that races. I have a twin brother and a little brother that race as well. But one day my dad took us to the fair and we sat in the cart and we just loved it ever since. But his dad also raced, and he passed before we got to meet him. But it's kind of cool that we're following in his footsteps. So
Yeah, it's very awesome. Continue the legacy there. So what like state and such and hometown are you from and grew up?
I am from in Connecticut, and now Parker and I are living in the Morrisville Troutman area of North Carolina.
Yeah, it's very awesome. And yeah, you mentioned you have two other brothers that race too, so I'm assuming you raced against them before. So how fun is it to race against your brothers, and do you guys get competitive too?
Yeah, so I'm a twin, so I've raced against my twin brother Devin since the start, and it's pretty cool. We are competitive. I can remember a race last year. Him and I were side by side for a good amount of time. You can definitely tell though, like when one of us finishes ahead of the other, it's really competitive. So, I mean, it's cool. I've never really raced against my little brother because he's 3 years younger than me. So, all of the divisions that we ever raced, him and I were never together.
Yeah, for sure. That's a very cool variable just to have like your siblings with you in your racing journey. So I guess over the years, who would you say has been your biggest inspiration?
Um, Probably my dad. My dad's done a lot for us. We did everything ourselves. We There wasn't a racing series that we did that the car was not ours. So everything was housed ourselves. We maintained everything ourselves. Um, the only thing that we didn't do was put our own front clips on our cars. But we built our own bumpers, hung our own bodies, did all the mechanics on everything ourselves. So we really had no team behind us. It was just me, my two brothers, and my dad. So he's probably been my biggest inspiration.
Yeah, it's very awesome just having that support system there. And I guess over the years, what would you say has been your favorite racetrack you've raced on?
Um, hmm. When I was younger, I went to Indianapolis, and we got to ride our carts around like the big track, and that was pretty cool. But between pro trucks and limited late models, it'd probably have to be Stafford, just because Stafford is so well known and they take care of their facility so well, and the racing's always good there. So probably there.
Yeah, it's very cool. And Stafford's a Connecticut track, so I guess having it be your home track too is a factor too with that.
Yep. Yeah. Mm.
For sure. So actually in a couple weeks or a few weeks, you're racing a special race next month. It's the MRO Motor Racing Outreach Better Half Dash at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and it's gonna be televised on FS1. It's a charity race of NASCAR wives and girlfriends squaring up excuse me, squaring off to see who wins. And each driver has a specific charity donation associated with them. Ariana's is continuing the mission. Their motto is to improve the quality of life for veterans living with post-traumatic stress disorder, traumatic brain injury, and military sexual trauma by providing them with uniquely trained canine partners. So, what was the background story in choosing this specific charity?
So when I first moved down here, I wanted to adopt a dog, and we obviously traveled too much to get a dog. So my mom gave me the idea of maybe fostering slash training a service dog for veterans, and I thought it was a great idea. Um, but then Parker went looking, and we ended up adopting a dog, and he actually fell down the stairs and broke his leg. So me training slash fostering a dog kind of just went out the window because I couldn't take care of another dog as well as taking care of the dog that I had now that has a broken leg. So I figured I might as well continue on trying to do something nice for them. And I've always wanted to do something for veterans, and I love animals. So it was kind of two in one for me. And I don't know, they're out in North Carolina and they're small, so it's a good cause. It's home based and it's everything that I love. So
Yeah, it's very awesome. That's really cool there. Just giving back to them and such. And this event is coming up in a few weeks, as mentioned earlier. How excited are you to participate in? Is this your first one?
yeah, this is the first time I'm doing it. I tried to do it last year, but I was still living in Connecticut at the time, so it wasn't anything that I could really do, but I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a good race. I'm happy to give back to the people that have given so much to me. So it should be fun. I know Parker's excited. I'm excited. I know all the ladies are excited. So I'm ready.
Mm. Yeah, it's very exciting. And the Better Half Dash, the background, has been around actually a while now, for like 12 years now, since 2011. So what does it mean to be a part of an event with so much history?
It's pretty cool. MRO has done so much for the NASCAR community and everyone else beyond. So I'm happy to be a part of such a great team and work with a good group of people. I heard all the stories about how they raced bandoleros, and I wish I got to do that because that sounded pretty fun. But I'm happy to be a part of whatever they have in store.
Yeah, it's very exciting. What's your car number going to be?
It's going to be 31, and it's sponsored by Funkaway.
Oh, nice. So, correlation with Parker, so that's really nice. Is 31 like the usual number you drive in your other series, or what numbers do you drive?
No, I drove the number 17, but I've been a variety of different numbers. I was 71 at one point, um, 17,
Yeah,
no
that's right.
specific one.
Yeah, that's very awesome. Is there any like meaning behind those numbers?
Um, no, they were kind of just numbers that we picked. We had a lot of bad luck with 71, so we flipped it around and changed it to 17, and I had fairly decent luck, but
Yeah, that's very cool. And so you're going to be going against 13 other competitors in the race I mentioned earlier, including McCall Galding, Zane Smith's fiance, who's won the last two Better Half Dash races, Jennifer Self, Wayne Self's wife, Gianna Tululio, Ryan Blaney's girlfriend, Jenna Petty, Harrison Burton's girlfriend, Tammy Rice, Chris Rice's wife, Kristen Labani, Bobby Labani's wife, Julia PK, Daniel Suarez' fiance, Caitlin Gase, Joey Gase's wife, Kenzie Hemrick, Daniel Hemrick's wife, Aaron Blaney, William Byron's girlfriend, Holly Shelton, Eric Jones's fiance, Carrie Custer, Cole Custer's wife, and Natalie Sotiri, Stephen Parsons' girlfriend. So which driver are you most looking forward to racing against from that list?
I think they're all gonna be a pleasure to race with. I haven't been to the track with any of them yet. I don't know Too many of them. I Jennifer is Jordan's sister, so I've gotten to speak with her, and she's so nice. But they all seem like lovely people, and I can't wait to race against all of them.
Yeah, for sure. Should be really exciting. And the one I mentioned earlier, Kenzie Hemrick, uh, you and her are the only ones, I believe, in the race that race cars like outside of the better half dash. So I guess will your racing experience give you any advantage on the competition?
Probably. Yeah, I think me, her, and then I think Eric Jones's fiance has also raced
Oh yeah.
before.
Yeah, I remember that
Um,
now.
so I think that it may have an advantage. I'm honestly hoping that it rains that day so we can have a little more fun in the rain. But no, yeah, I think it'll definitely give me an advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Have you raced in the rain before?
Yeah, we've gone to go pro in the rain before.
Yeah, that's very cool. So so what do you do to prepare for this race coming up? Because I think the last couple seasons, or last year, couple years, they raced this race on iRacing. So I'm assuming that's still on that platform. So do you go on iRacing on to help prepare?
So this year the race is actually at Trackhouse Motorplex. I just called it GoPro, but they just recently changed their name. So it's there this year. So we're gonna be racing go-karts. Parker and I go all the time. We went when he was doing Coda, him and I went I think like 4 times that 1 week just to try and get him like on his toes. So we've been there a good amount of time. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And are you gonna have any practice time before the race starts?
So we get 10 minutes of practice and then we have qualifying. So that's all that we're going to get on that day.
Okay. Still better than nothing. Like nowadays with NASCAR, like there's not too much practice, so but
Yeah.
still good. Um, so generally in your racing career, like how do you like control your nerves before a race?
Um, kind of just strap in and go. I can remember the pits in my stomach when I was racing, and you kind of just forget about it once you're out there. You're focused on so many other things around you, so you don't really have time for nervousness.
For sure. And so I got to ask how did you and Parker meet?
So Parker and I met 4 years ago. We met through a mutual friend on iRacing, and him and I did long distance for 2 years because it was so we met in 2019, and then COVID happened in 2020, and you couldn't fly. So I didn't see him for a year and a half ish, and then him and I went to Daytona together, and we've been together ever since. So it'll be 4 years in August.
That's really cool. And uh he drives in the Xfinity series now, and they race pretty often throughout the season. So how often do you make it out to his races?
So far I've been to every race. So hopefully I'm going to continue that streak, but we'll see when we go towards New Hampshire and Pocono if I get to race again. Maybe I'll miss 1 or 2 races, but so far I've been at every single one.
That's really cool. And so and then like watching at the races, Parker, I guess how difficult is it to race or watch and race sometimes because NASCAR can be a dangerous sport?
Um, I definitely get nervous, but also my competitive side of me gets the worst of me sometimes. I cheer him on a lot from the pit box, because I want him to do so well and I wish the best for him. And I think it's so cool that he's out there doing what he loves. But
Yeah,
I definitely feel like I can control my nerves a little bit better just because I know the risks to it, I guess.
yeah, for sure. And yeah, just definitely giving him that support and all that's definitely awesome, like each week. Um and Parker, his favorite NASCAR Cup driver growing up was Kyle Larson. Would you say Larson was your favorite as well growing up, or did you have a different driver?
Um, I didn't really have a favorite, to be honest. There wasn't really anyone that really stood out to me.
Yeah, for sure. Nothing wrong with that though, like not having a favorite is not bad. But and so like for other sports, have you tried any other sports throughout your childhood, or has it all been like racing throughout your childhood?
It's mainly been racing, but for a year or two, I tried to do running, track and field, and then I ended up breaking my foot. So that kind of didn't really go anywhere. So I've just been sticking to racing for a long time now.
That's cool still. And when you did track and field, did you do like the shorter distance or the longer?
I did long distance.
Okay, that's awesome. And did you do cross country as well or just track?
No, the schedules interfered with racing, so I never got
Okay.
the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, it's very cool though. Um, so do you enjoy watching any other sports than racing though?
No, just been racing my whole life.
Just racer in the blood, so that's really cool. And
Yep, yep.
and then outside of racing, what do you enjoy to do in your free time?
Um, well, we have so many animals now in our house, and I'm mainly taking care of them. Um, I like to go on hikes and stuff and just check out different places. I think that that's super cool.
That's very cool. And what type of animals do you have?
We have a dog, and then we have three cats.
That's very cool. Um, so I got a few fun questions lined up now, to end this interview. Um, so the first one is, what is on your bucket list?
I've always wanted to go skydiving.
I would, I give you props there because I would never, I would be too fearful to do that. So, um, that's really cool though. Um, does Parker have desire to do that as well, or just you?
No, he does not like heights.
And, do you have any nicknames?
Um, not that I know of. No, everyone just called me by my name.
Okay. And, what is your all-time dream vacation?
Um, Some are warm. Warm and nice. Nice clear water.
Yeah, nothing wrong with warm weather, and it's definitely getting warm out now. And and then, do you enjoy bone-in or boneless wings?
Boneless.
For sure. And what's your favorite flavor? Or yeah,
Um,
flavor on the wings.
uh, Probably just barbecue.
Okay, I think if
I'm not sure.
my memory is good, I think Parker said that too. So in the
Yeah.
last interview, so that's very cool. And then your favorite ice cream flavor.
Um, I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I don't really have one.
Nothing wrong with that. I guess what's your favorite desserts then?
Um, Parker and I are pretty big on ice cream taste. But that's really it. We try and stay as healthy as possible.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Um so yeah, wrapping up this interview. Thanks so much, Ariana. It's been a great pleasure hearing about your story in racing and your journey and the race you have coming up in the better half dash, and then just your journey with Parker as well. So just really awesome learning more about you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, yeah, thank you so much. And have a good day. And yeah, Parker is racing today, so should be
Yep,
exciting.
yep. Yep, it should be a good one.
Yep. So have a good one.
Thank you too.